Shout out to our sponsor, 1-800-Flowers.com.
Valentine's Day is just around the corner, so tell that special someone just how special they are by using 1-800-Flowers to send 18 radiant roses for only $29.99. Or upgrade your bouquet to 24 roses for just $10 more.
That way you can say I love you without breaking the bank, and then you've got tons of money left over for all those video games coming out this month. Just visit 1-800-Flowers.com/no. Welcome to the Know. I'm Mica Burton.
And I'm Adam Ellis.
Welcome to GameStop. Would you like to pre-order a bucket of lies?
Everyone's not-so-favorite video game store reportedly has an aggressive new program that allegedly encourages some shady tactics from their employees, like lying and charging you for things without asking, and may even reward them for doing so.
I'd say that's pretty shady.
That's pretty shady.
Pretty shady. This news comes from a number of sources, but mostly the GameStop subreddit, where employees are coming together to bitch about the new program, which is titled The Circle of Life.
Disney's coming for your asses. What makes the Circle of Life so terrible for employees and customers? From the sound of it, it basically punishes stores and individual employees who sell too many new items.
God damn those new items. What? According to the subreddit, the Circle of Life, or COL, refers to GameStop's most profitable ventures: pre-owned sales, trade-ins, pre-orders, and power-up reward subscriptions.
One GameStop employee said, for every percentage goal reached in each category, the store gets 25% of their COL score. So if an employee has 20% of their transaction contain a new reservation, and the store's percentage goal is 15%, that employee's COL score is 25%. The rub is that the COL expectation set by the company is 75%, so each employee has to meet their percentage goal in 3 out of 4 categories in order to meet the expectation.
Here's what that means in plain English. For every new game they sell, they have to make up for it in used or pre-owned games or systems. So if I'm a GameStop employee and someone buys a bunch of stuff for $500, I need to hope that at least 75% of that $500, around $375, comes from used shit to balance it out, or my score gets dropped.
So if somebody spends $400 on a new Xbox One S and 2 new games but doesn't re-up their Pro Rewards card or trade in something to me, now I'm in the hole on my COL, Circle of Life score. Every time somebody buys something new, it hurts my store. What the fuck?
That's really fucked up. It also makes you the bad guy if you're a good salesman and get people to buy an extra $200 worth of new stuff they were only sort of interested in, which is insane and not like any retailer ever. GameStop is threatening to fire employees who don't meet these numbers, and a lot of employees seem to be leaving of their own accord anyway because fuck you, GameStop.
Yeah, if I work at GameStop, that means I have to resort to some crazy stuff from getting pinged. At least according to Reddit and quotes provided by GameStop employees to Kotaku, who also reported on the issue.
For instance, some stores lie about having new products and force you to buy it used. Others have said that they don't try to sell you new stuff at all, even if you've come in expressing that you want the new stuff. And many employees on the subreddit have reported that the stores are even renewing GameStop power-up rewards memberships without asking, hoping that customers just don't notice.
One GameStop employee said to Kotaku, "This is company-wide, and in discussions with my peers, it is a common practice. We also tell customers we don't have copies of new games in stock when they are on sale. For example, Watch Dogs 2 is currently $29.99 new and $54.99 pre-owned. We just tell them we don't have the new one in stock and shuffle them out the door. What the fuck?"
What the fuck? It's important to note that the Circle of Life program isn't explicitly telling employees to lie to customers. However, it is passively encouraging them to do so by how they've laid out the incentives for those who do a good job.
This is also probably something that would piss off developers and publishers because it is encouraging GameStop to take even more money away from them than they already do with sales.
To be clear, we're not saying used sales are wrong at all. It's a healthy part of the industry. But punishing stores for giving publishers and developers their due is a bit aggressive. It's also not a great way to treat your employees either. Reportedly, hitting these percentage goals is critical for store budgets. If your store doesn't hit that target, you might get a loss in funds and can't afford to pay enough people to run your store.
And GameStop employees recognize that these reports aren't going to make things any easier for them. One responded on Reddit about Kotaku's article, "This article is going to be a pain in the neck. There will be customers who won't believe that stores honestly don't have a new copy of a product and are told such. It's bad enough having to tell customers there seems to be an inventory discrepancy, but add in an expectation that I'm lying to them?"
This is one of those unfortunate corporate mandates that makes sense from a business standpoint. GameStop makes 100% of the money for any used transactions, so it makes sense that they'd want to prioritize those, even to the point of rewarding the employees who do a better job of it.
Whether or not you agree with GameStop business model is another discussion altogether, but they'll obviously make more money dishing out used products rather than new ones, since a huge cut of products go to the publishers and manufacturers. But when you put this kind of thing into practice, it can have unintended consequences, like employees maybe not being honest so they don't get penalized or fired for moving on new products instead of used ones.
And that's a big part of the problem. It's one thing to incentivize behavior you want, it's another thing to punish and fire the behavior you don't want.
It also wouldn't seem like quite as big of a deal if the COL percentage goal was lower, say 25 to 50% rather than 75. Demanding that employees sell more used items than new items changes things up in a way that's not good for the store or customers.
You see this all the time in big organizations trying to improve themselves. They set out a big mandate that tries to focus or streamline one area, and every other area falls to the wayside. It's like handing out money to schools based on standardized test scores. Eventually, they're only going to focus on the test score.
So while you can't blame GameStop for being a business and trying to maximize its profits, you can blame them for not being farsighted enough to see the types of problems that this would create.
Hopefully, they'll go back to the drawing board or revise some of the circle of life so that people can, trust the store they're buying from again. Because at the end of the day, they should be helping people buy what they want to buy. Right now, the system is set up in a way that GameStop employees are sort of hoping you don't get that new PS4 Pro or that brand new copy of Horizon Zero Dawn.
What do you guys think of GameStop's controversial Circle of Life program? Let us know in the comments.
For future updates from around the gaming industry, and if GameStop employees are getting fired, remember to like this video and subscribe to The Know. Thanks to 1-800-Flowers.com for sponsoring this update.
Valentine's Day is coming up quick, so get ahead of the game with 1-800-Flowers.com because flowers are super awesome and you're super thoughtful.
Use 1-800-Flowers.com to order 18 red roses for only $29.99 or upgrade to 24 roses for just $10 more.
Just go to 1-800-Flowers.com/know.